Hello and welcome back to my channel. Hope you lot are doing well. So I've done some changes to my team and I thought I should let you guys know. So starting off with goalkeepers as always. So this time around the goalkeepers are priced very nicely. So we can go for the premium goalkeepers as we have the early wildcard. That is, we are getting a extra wildcard due to the World Cup games. So I think we can target the first 5-6 fixtures and go for the premium goalkeepers, as all the premium or the best teams in the league have the best run of fixtures. So in this case I think Ederson and Alisson ticks the box, but I think there are too many Liverpool assets that you want in the team, that is the likes of Trent, Salah, and one between Robertson and Luis Diaz. That's why I think we should go for Ederson. So Ederson is priced at 5.5 million this time around, as I said, and his game week expected points are 5.0. So his first game is against West Ham United, which is toughest among the lot. After that he has Bournemouth, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa in his first 6 games. So I think we should at least expect 4 clean sheets from Manchester City in that run, and if his expected points against West Ham are 5.0 million, you can guarantee that he will get clean sheets in the next upcoming 4 to 5 game weeks. So I'm going with him. Then the other options were the 5.0 million goalkeeper, that is the likes of Mendy and Ramsdale from Arsenal, but I think Chelsea are weak at the back. The preseason friendly between Chelsea and Arsenal ended 4-0 in favor of Arsenal. And talking about Ramsdale, I think the first 2 games of Arsenal are against Crystal Palace and I think Leicester City, so I don't think they will keep a clean sheet in those 2 games. And as I said, as I will be using my wildcard early, that is between game week 5 to game week 8, I'm going for a premium goalkeeper in Ederson. So moving on to the defenders, so Trent Alexander-Arnold is a locked-in player in my team. So he's priced at 7.5 million again, which is quite a bit cheaper according to me, and he was the top scorer among defenders last season too. So Liverpool has got a very good run of fixtures, one of the best in the league in the opening 7, I must say. They only have Man United in game week 3, and you know the latest fixtures again Man United have been in the favor of Liverpool. So his expected points for game week 1 are 5.5, which is quite good, and his expected goals are 0.09 and assists are 0.41. so that's really good, and I think you should have him locked on in your team. Then my second defender is gonna be Cancelo of Manchester City. He's priced at 7.0 million, and as I said about Ederson, that they have got a best run of fixtures. I don't think they can keep a clean sheet against West Ham, but the next 6 I think they definitely can keep a clean sheet, and Manchester City might sign a fullback in upcoming days, but I think when at the start of the season, when there is no Champions League fixtures, I think Cancelo will be a nailed on starter, whether that be at right back or left back. I think Walker and the upcoming the fullback that they go for will be rotated, but Cancelo will be the fixed fixture in that Man City side. So he's currently owned by 45% of managers, so you got to have him, because if he gets good number of points, then your rank will suffer a lot. And his expected points for game week 1 are 4.7. Then my third choice defender is gonna be Trippier. So I went for him just after looking at the fixtures. So he's priced at 5.0 million. So for the first 2 fixtures for Newcastle are very good, that is Nottingham Forest and Brighton, and we all know how Trippier is when he's in that attacking positions, and he's also on set piece duties too. He has a XP, that is expected points for game week 1 of 2.8, which is near about 3, which is quite low according to me, because I think against Nottingham Forest I think he will keep a clean sheet and might get attacking return too. So I'm owning him just for those first 2 game weeks, and I will replace him with another defender, maybe from Arsenal, because their fixture fit in perfectly. Arsenal and Newcastle United have great fixture rotation, so I will go with Trippier, who's priced at 5.0 million. Then it's gonna be Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold's partner in defense, and in the second half of the season, last season, he was the highest points getter for Liverpool amongst their assets. That is, he was better than Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah, and I think he carries the form into this new season. So many of the managers have opted to go for Luis Diaz as their third choice Liverpool asset, but I think Robertson is a very reliable and is not subject to rotation. Right now Diogo Jota is injured, so I think Luis Diaz will start in the first 2 game weeks, but right after when Diogo Jota will get fit, I think Luis Diaz will be a subject to rotation. That's why I've gone with Robertson. He's priced at 7.0 million. His underlying numbers are pretty good, and remember, he's only owned by 10% of managers. That is, if he hauls, you will gain rank, good rank, and will get a great green arrow. His expected points are 5.2, which is pretty good, and his expected assets are 0.20. Last defender on my team is gonna be Perisic. So I know he's not been playing lately a lot for Tottenham because of his injury issues, but in the last game against Rangers, he came on in the 60th minute and played for 20 or 30 minutes, I guess. So if he stays fit, I think he's gonna be a nailed on option in my team. And last season in the Italian league, he was very good. He bumped forward a lot and gave good attacking returns, and I think if he gets fit, I think he will give the same attacking returns this season too. He's coming up against Southampton, then it's Chelsea, then Wolves, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Fulham. So in the first 6 game weeks, I at least expect 3 clean sheets from that Spurs side, so I've gone with Perisic here. So I don't think I need to talk much about Mohamed Salah. He was the best point getter last season, and I think he will repeat the same this season too. He has got best run of fixtures, and if you got a premium, I think he should be the first nailed on option in your team. Then it's gonna be Neto of Wolves. Wolves have got a great fixture run. They have Leeds in their first game week, then it's Fulham, then that's Tottenham, which might be a difficult. Newcastle may also post some resistance, then it's Bournemouth and Southampton. So he's priced at 5.0 million and 5.5 million, and I think is one of the best asset in that price range. His expected points for game week 1 are 2.5, and he has already scored in his preseason game for Wolves. So the options, that is the alternatives to him, were Gordon for 5.5 million for Everton, then it's Bailey, who is priced at 5.0 million for Aston Villa, who is 0.5 million cheaper than Neto, but I prefer Neto just because of his fixtures, and I think he's more nailed on than him. Then Gordon, I don't think Everton are that good of a team right now, and they don't have good fixtures too. That's why I've gone with Neto, and that wraps up my midfield. Yes, I'm going with a 2-man midfield right now, and I've got 3 strikers in my team. So first of all, it's gonna be Gabriel Jesus, who currently I think is the most owned player in the league and has already scored a couple of goals in the preseason friendlies, and I think he will be on penalties too for Arsenal, and I think he starts regularly for them, and I think he scores 15 to 20 goals this season. And Arsenal have got a very good run of fixtures, as we all know. In the first 5 game weeks, it's Crystal Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Aston Villa. I think he scores in each and every single one of them, and his expected points for game week 1 is 3.1, which I think is slightly lower. I think he will definitely score. Then it's gonna be Anthony Martial of Manchester United, who is priced at 7.0 million. So there was a news today, right now when I'm recording, that there was an update on Cristiano Ronaldo that he might stay and has more chances of staying at United. But even though if he's staying, Ten Hag has already made it clear that even if Cristiano stays, Anthony Martial will start in the first game week and will play as a centre forward. So I back him to get a number of goals, but I am also concerned about Manchester United, because if they don't get a centre midfielder, that is Frankie de Jong or any other ball playing midfielder, I'm little bit concerned about taking Manchester United assets in my team. But I think right now he's the best Manchester United asset you can own. they have also got Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez, which I think will improve their team and their attacking progression too. So I think Anthony Martial, given his form and run of fixtures, that is Brighton, Brentford, that Liverpool game might be a tough one. Then it's Southampton, Leicester. I think he gets a good number of points at 7.0 million. I think is a very good asset. Then finally it's gonna be Harry Kane. Obviously you must have seen him on my thumbnail, so I preferred Harry Kane over Haaland right now, and I think he's in great form. I have watched Tottenham's preseason friendlies. I think he looks very sharp, and I think he has in the past seasons has been developed as a creator too. He's, I think, one of the best players in that creating and goal scoring positions, and I think he will get good number of goals this season. And with Perisic and Doherty or the other fullbacks providing him this season, I think he will be on the end of the most of the crosses, and I think under Conte he's gonna flourish. That's why I have him in my team. Then another reason for not going for Haaland was Manchester City will be coming up against West Ham United, and Pep has suggested that Haaland is not quite fit. He played 40 minutes against Bayern Munich, though he scored a goal. I think it will be interesting to see what happens in the Community Shield match against Liverpool. If he performs great, then I think there might be a case in bringing him in instead of Kane, but right now I'm going with Harry Kane. So on my bench there are basically the lowest budget players on, so you can go for that. Is I have gone for Steele. Then it's Andres Pereira, who I think he plays as a cam for Fulham, though Fulham don't have good run of fixtures, but I think as a cam at 4.5 million, I think he's the best bench player you can go for right now. Then it's Goalkeeper, who plays regularly for Nottingham Forest, and Da Silva, who is a Brentford player. So my only concern in this draft is not owning a Chelsea asset. So that might change if Chelsea sign another centre back. I can go for James and in place of Trippier or Perisic, and downgrade the other one to 4.5 million defender. So that will be it. Then later on this week I'll be posting another video detailing the certain essential players that you need to have in your game week 1 team. So it will also be a comparison between Luis Diaz and Robertson and the likes of Haaland and Kane. So that are, I think, the most posing questions right now for the start of the season for FPL. So I will be answering them in the next video, will be up in 3-4 days. So stay tuned. So do let me know what you guys think of this draft in the comment section below, and follow us on FPL Football Fanatic, and do subscribe to our channel, and see you in the next video.